What do you think is the most important issue of our time?
I'd have to say the climate emergency. I mean, we're living through a pandemic now, and we can't neglect that. We have to keep the pandemic front and center. But the reality is the planet is literally burning. And that's why we have to take action to transition from fossil fuels to clean energy. I am the sponsor in the Canadian Parliament of something called the Green New Deal, which is also supported in a whole bunch of other parliaments and legislatures around the world. What the Green New Deal would allow us to do is transition to clean energy and make sure that we're putting in place supports so that nobody is left behind, that we really put in place a strong social safety net so people get the supports that they should be getting from the government. And so the Green New Deal is a response to climate emergency. The climate emergency is not getting better, it's getting worse. We have to take action. And Mr. Trudeau is building a massive pipeline. It'll cost $20 billion. And if he builds that pipeline, there is no way that we'll be able to address the climate emergency. So on the one hand, trying to stop that pipeline. On the other hand, trying to transition to clean energy. All of those things mean that your future will be much better because, as you're probably aware, the massive economic costs of climate change is rising to $50 billion a year over the next couple of decades. The seas are rising. Whole countries will disappear. Cities will disappear unless we deal with the climate emergency and restore greenhouse gas emissions to a more stable level that doesn't provoke that massive rise in temperatures that we're seeing every summer, certainly with the massive forest fires. So we have to get a handle on this. Your future depends on it. And this is, I guess, my pitch to your readers is get involved. You can make a difference. We've got the Green New Deal here, and we've got volunteers from the community that are starting to get involved in the campaign to get the Green New Deal adopted. But we also have environmental organizations in here, in the city and in the region. And there's so many ways you can help to add your voice and make a difference, so that we deal with the climate emergency and establish a planet that is much more stable and a quality of life for everybody on the planet that will continue on for decades to come. That is the biggest challenge facing humanity.